Our session for today is data driven insights. So I'll start with the introduction. Hi, I'm Monika Gupta. I am a solution architect working with Sapient for more than 7 years now. I am an avid data lover who loves to play with data and uncover the potential which a data contains to solve most of the critical business problems. So I have with me is Shruti Srinivasan, who is my fellow team member. She is a cloud data engineer, and just like me, we share same common data interest. I would say she is also passionate about the data, and we together have actually worked on many critical business problems where we use the potential of the data and help business and the stakeholders thrive. So, Shruti, would you like to add anything in your introduction?
Yeah, Monika. Hi, I'm Shruti. As Monika mentioned, we have been working together for a while, and I have around 3.5 years of experience in data engineering, in Informatica, as well as in cloud domain. We have been solving many business use cases and problem statements. So we are happy to present some knowledge that we have gained through uh, many of our experiences. And yeah, Monica, over to you, Monica.
Thanks, Shruti, for the wonderful introduction. So, before we move on to talk about the uh, technical stuff, we would like to wish everyone a very happy Women's Day. So, the day that we all celebrate being a woman. So, yeah, happy Women's Day to everyone.
Yeah, happy Women's Day to all the women out there.
Thank you. So, now we will talk about basically the data driven decisions, how we can use data to solve different problems that are there. So, we live in a world where a humongous amount of data is generated every day through different channels, different mediums, be it web, be it app, or in many cases, in many different sectors or areas, manual data generation also happens manually. And data plays a very important role as well in optimizing different problems, solving different problems nowadays. So uh, with the right process and the right tools and following a right approach, we can use the power of data to generate useful insights out of it and to transform any business well in time. So the powerful insights that we can generate from the data that is generated through different channels, we can help executives or business leaders or anyone who use the data. We can help them to make powerful decisions in a timely fashion using which they can create a major impact on their business growth. And that's where being a solution architect and being a data engineer as well, we deal with different data on a day to day basis, and we uncover the potential of the data with using different tools, using right set of approach, right set of process. So that I would say we love and we enjoy doing it. Now, being in this new age or new era where data plays such an important role, we all have observed that where the data driven decisions can be applied. So we can apply the data driven decisions in different sectors or different industries that are there globally, like finance, insurance sectors, retail sector, travel industry, energy sector, health sector, right, education sector, and many more. So basically, all those different sectors or different industries where we directly or indirectly deal with, being an individual or being, through some, being a professional, the different industries we deal in our day to day life, that power of the data can be used there, and using the, generating the right value from that data or right information from that data, the business can benefit and can grow exponentially and in a right direction. So now, so what we did, and the topic that we want to talk about today is how we used data that we had, how we used it, and how we have optimized, the business of one of the organization that we work with, and how we basically, helped some of the top executives in that organization to take the right decisions and right measures to improve the growth of the business, and to take the corrective as well as the preventive measures in a timely manner. So we actually implemented a profit and loss matrix using, I would say, different data that existed in the organization. So whenever we think of a profit and loss, right? So in any organization, the performance of the organization can, or basically how an organization is performing, that can be measured through its finances. So basically how much profit an organization is generating while, dealing in different sectors or dealing in different industries, how much profit an organization is generating, or how much loss it incurring due to its services or due to its operations, its functions. That can broadly be measured in two key factors. One is the finances, so basically how its finances are doing, right? So let's say every quarter or every month, how the financial growth of an organization is, basically how much, like let's say how much revenue it is generating, how much expenses an organization is bearing. And similarly, there can be some overheads as well. So when we talk about expenditures are not just the operational expend. There can be, some sales related expenditures, there can be some expenditures which can't be avoided at all, let's say sales, pre-sales, or some other expenditures, as well as, there can be some overheads as well. How all those profits and loss or different finance metrics, how they are performing in an organization, that is one way to measure the growth of any organization. And another key factor, since an organization is formed from its people only, so how its people are actually performing, that is another key factor using which the profit and loss of an organization can be measured. So as a part of the solution, what we built is, we actually, you know built a solution, or I would say a powerful, we actually built a Power BI dashboard, which is built on top of a, I would say, which is basically an advanced solution, a first of its kind, and an at scale report within the organization, using some of the key services of Azure. And not only Azure, but as well as we use some open sources as well, and some tools as well, to build the solution. So we built a powerful Power BI dashboard, which is built on top of an ingestion process where we are reading the data, we are performing advanced transformations on the data sets, which gets generated by different operating business units and different uh, industries or sectors on either, like let's say, the daily basis during its financial operations, or different other operational factors, the data that is getting generated. So we built a data ingestion process which can, read that data, process that data, apply advanced transformation on that data. And then using that data, we built on top of it, we built a Power BI dashboard. And the final product that we delivered it with row level security enabled in it, which actually generates actionable insights for the executive leadership of the organization. And while building this process, we worked on various different aspects of data and data engineering. So we applied uh, various best practices of the data engineering in building this process. So we built an end-to-end pipeline. We built an end-to-end pipeline which runs on a monthly basis. So whenever a new data gets generated, since it's like, our key factor or our key, since we were dealing mainly with the profit and, to generate the profit and loss metrics in a timely manner. So our key data that we use is the financial data. So that data mainly gets generated through different internal process of the organization on a monthly basis. So we built a highly optimized process which can read the data. So the data is, again, the data volume that we worked with is quite high. I would say it was quite a good amount of data that we use for this whole solution. So the entire process is a highly optimized process where, starting from the data ingestion to the availability of the data in the Power BI dashboard that we built, that whole process hardly took like 30 minutes. And as soon as the data gets generated from the various system for various sectors and various business units, the data is now available with the powerful insights and the actionable insights in a Power BI dashboard to the executive leadership of the organization, and they are then able to use those insights to take some key decisions to improve the business plan or business growth overall. So in building this solution, we also ensured that the solution is highly reusable, it is highly parameterized, and it forms a strong foundation of the future BI development as well. So the process and the product that we build, that can be extended in the organization uh, to any different or any other similar kind of reporting. So in order to build this whole process, we partnered closely with the Microsoft on our deployment models through Power BI, and we were able to showcase the benefits of the cloud data platform to our various stakeholders. So this was, a brief about how and what we built, basically what we built in terms of the data-driven insights and mainly the profit and loss metrics. So that was, and now I will. So that was basically about our main use case that we wanted to talk about. Now I'll hand over to Shruti, who will actually explain you uh, how we built this whole product using different Azure services and its key benefits that we leveraged in building this process. So over to you, Shruti.
Yeah, Monika. So we will first look at the architecture diagram of our use case. Like in this, we have mainly data sources which are outside the cloud. We are importing those on-prem data into our cloud platform. So in this cloud platform, we have um, uh, so we have SQL DB, we have Azure Data Factory, we have Databricks. So all these serve a different functionality, I would say. So even we have Logic App. So all these things orchestrate our data or the source, and we build on transformation and move it to Power BI. So we are also having enhancements related to security, such as NSGs, RBACs, mm, we have RLS, and object level security. Plus, we have various data cataloging service such as Azure Purview, by which we are able to catalog our data which are we are using in our use case. so that others can have a look at it, and that's for our own reference. And we are even able to attain this continuous integration and delivery using this Azure DevOps. So all these provides a mix of functionalities for this type of continuous integration and continuous delivery. And we push all the data to Power BI for which acts as a presentation layer. Focusing on the top player. So wherein the data which we have, we run through the pipelines, we perform various transformations, we use SQL DB as one of our presentation layers, and we have this Azure Databricks for even performing much complex transformations, which we cannot achieve using data factory pipelines. So all these process again, we are going to use logic apps to orchestrate the flow again. So all these, the main advantage of all these things is automation. We are automating everything. So we are not having any kind of manual intervention. So we are automating everything. It's all a scheduled run kind of thing. Regarding security again, we have this NSGs which prevent our data from other unsecured access. Um, Unsecured access. Plus, we have row level security, and only certain audience can see the rows. And we have object level security as well, and data masking to mask the confidential data. Then the main thing that we have is that 24 bar 7 Microsoft support. So we can reach out to them in case we need any help or any support. Um and apart from all this, we have high scalability and availability for Azure, which prevents data failures. We have multiple regions wherein the data is accessible, and the storage is also ADLS Gen 2 storage, which provides more scalability. So performance-wise, also it's going to be of the same sort only. Mm, So, so I think I've covered all the points. Over to you, Monika.
Thanks, Shruti, for that wonderful walkthrough of the architecture. So this is the whole architecture that Shruti mentioned, where we use different Azure services in terms of the storage, data processing, or the analytical space as well. Be it like our SQL DB or so this our SQL DB is nothing but an Azure hosted SQL server. So any end user can access that SQL server and can analyze the data as apart from the Power BI dashboard that we have built on top of the Azure SQL Server. So that was our architecture, and as Shruti already talked about the key features that we catered to, and we are actually taking utmost care of the security since everything is on a public cloud. So we have implemented different aspects of the security, be it like controlling the security through the NSGs, controlling the security through the RBAC controls, or enabling the dynamic data masking or AES encryption, or the RLS. So we made sure that since the entire solution is on a public cloud, and the data that we dealt with is actually the financial data and the organization's person or the its people's data. So we made sure that any unauthenticated and unauthorized person is not able to reach out to any resource or any data in case a breach happens. So we took utmost care of the security while building the solution, apart from obviously other features like data cataloging, data governance, resource management. So from the resource management end as sorry about that. So from the resource management end as well, since we have used the key offerings of Azure, so our resource management has actually also reduced. So we don't have to actually worry sorry, worry about the infrastructure or maintaining any platform. So everything was taken care by Azure itself. We just needed to create few resources, enable them, and then we were all set to go. So I think though we leveraged most of the cloud platform benefits while building the uh, while building this product and this solution. So yeah, I think that was it from our side, and
Yeah,
thank you for being with us, and yeah, wish
yeah.
everyone
Thank you.
thanks Shruti. Wish everyone once again a very happy Women's Day, and yeah, hope you enjoy the day and celebrate it
Yeah,
the maximum.
happy Women's Day and all the best for the future.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Monica.